Our first speaker of tonight is Lieutenant Torres. Lieutenant Torres was a former Spanish teacher here at the East Brunswick High School before she decided to nobly leave and join the US Navy. She will be breaking down stereotypes of how society portrays soldiers in media and indicate how they are much more emotional and humane than they are portrayed. She will also be talking about her intimate relationships with civilians in foreign countries and how we just can't define the enemy as one race or religion. Please put your hands together to welcome Lieutenant Torres.
2 days after that, a group of terrorists pretending to be doctors attacked this hospital, killing about 50 people and injuring about 100. They used knives to stab patients in their bed to cut their throats. They also used magnetic bombs. During the dire moments of the attack, everyone in the hospital reacted, barricading themselves, blocking doors. Medical staff tried to keep the attackers busy for others to be able to attend to the wounded and begin evacuating patients. The medical staff, including the people that I interviewed just 2 days before, worked tirelessly, and patients were returning for care to that hospital within 72 hours of that attack. It was impressive. I spent about 2 weeks in that hospital seeing how it was being rebuilt, and I remember the photographer recounting, LT, look at us. They call us brave and courageous, but yeah, look at us with our helmets, our IOTVs full of munitions, our M9s, our M4s, and look at them. Look at them, don't miss this. Wearing just a white coat. Fear becomes irrelevant in the presence of pain. When pain is everywhere, fear is not even an option. On a Sunday quiet morning, what we will call normal, I was sitting at my desk. I was supposed to go out on a mission and they canceled it. So I was waiting for the first meeting of the day to take place. First came the explosion. This time it felt a little closer than the ones that I grown accustomed to hear. The walls trembled, sirens went off, and our next orders were to gear up because we were under attack. A group of terrorists detonated a truck full of explosives. This happened less than a mile away from my base on a normal day when people were going to their jobs, kids were going to school, the ones that were able to. The magnitude of this explosion killed more than 150 people and injured hundreds and hundreds more. The truck was on its way to our base when a group of Afghan police officers stopped the driver. The interaction between the driver and the officers lasted just 11 seconds. I am here today because of their courage, but they're not. One of them had been selected for promotion by his superiors. He was described by his commanding officer as a police officer with a bright future, passionate about his job, committed to the mission, to the country. He called his wife a couple of minutes before the explosion to tell her to start moving the furniture away from the walls because he got paid on that day and he was going to paint their humble home. She stood by that door. He never came. And I know this because I met this lady. I called her Moro. She chose that name to protect her identity. I sat with her while her children were running around us. And she shared with me the words that her husband used to tell her and their children. If this country would have people as honest and grateful as we are, humble, we will be better. They don't know what they took from us, from me, from my kids, she said, that ask me every single day to take them to their father. Up to that point, Moro had not been able to cry the death of her husband. She never saw his face again. All that she received from his remains was a finger. Sitting across from her, I put my little green notepad next to me. I carried it everywhere I went, and I was mesmerized by her words. She held my hand with a kind of fortitude and integrity that I had never witnessed before. She thanked me for listening to her, and then she whispered, "Everything is going to be okay. And I hope that one day you come back to Afghanistan and you sit with me and with my children to share a meal with you, but without your uniform." In the abundance of pain, Moro found hope. And I learned how, in the absence of everything, you find what it is real. I descended from a helicopter on Afghan soil, overwhelmed by the vastness of the war. After 360 days, boots on the ground, I boarded a helicopter leaving Afghanistan behind, overwhelmed by the limitless hope and the capacity of humankind to find resilience in purpose.